Join me as I take on the challenge of baking the most decadent, nutty chocolate cake ever and see if I can get it just right on the first try. Trust me, this is one video you want to watch till the end because I am trying this recipe for the first time ever since I have started baking. So let's get right to it. Welcome everyone, welcome back to our channel, and today we'll be diving into the world of nutty chocolate cake, a decadent treat that satisfies both chocolate lover and not enthusiastic. So all I did was get a clean bowl and I added into my bowl one large egg one large egg. After that, I proceeded in adding in my vegetable oil. My vegetable oil is about quarter cup, that is 1/4 cup. And what we're trying to do here is mix all the wet ingredients. After adding my vegetable oil, I added my clear vanilla, or you can use any flavor of your choice, about 1 teaspoon. And I would be adding also my liquid milk. You need about 1/2 cup of liquid milk, so you just add that in and give that a stir. So about 1/2 cup of liquid milk. Then you just want to go in with your hand whisk. Yeah, you don't actually need a cake mixer for this, so you can go in with your hand whisk and give that a stir. Then after that, you set the bowl aside and get another clean bowl for the dry ingredients. You want to ensure you sieve out your flour and in fact sieve out all the dry ingredients. So for my flour, I used about 110 grams, that's 110 grams of flour. Then I used an unsweetened cocoa powder, and for that I used about 43 grams. I'll also be sieving that into my bowl. You want to ensure you sieve your dry ingredients. What this does is that it gets rid of any lumps your dry ingredients will be having. It also gets rid of dirt, and it has a way of making your cake super fluffy and lumps free. So I'll also be sieving out my cocoa powder. I said the cocoa powder was how many grams? The cocoa powder is about 43 grams. Please, you have to take note of each measurement, because when it comes to cake, you don't want to have issues with what's it called, with the recipe. So I added about 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/3 teaspoon of salt, and I just gave that a stir. Now into my dry ingredients, I'll also be adding in my wet ingredients. This is one recipe you definitely want to try because it's not the regular kind of chocolate cake, and trust me, you want to watch this video to the end. Because okay, yeah, let's not forget we added about 1 cup of granulated sugar, and that was it for the dry ingredients. I just whisked that up and set aside. We'll be combining the wet and the dry ingredients. So many cake recipe can be bad or over sweet, failing to excite your taste bud. However, we can create a cake that balances richness and texture. The key is finding that perfect harmony between the ingredients. You don't want a cake that is moist but too dense. At the same time, you don't want a cake that is rich but overpowering. You don't want a cake that is moist and at the same time too sweet for you. So to achieve this balance, we need to think about the type of ingredients we are using. Are we using high quality chocolate? Are we adding the right type of nut? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, especially when baking. Now, with the right ingredients, it makes a whole difference. Now imagine sinking your cake into a chocolate moist cake with just the right amount of chocolatey, crunchy nut and all of that. Definitely that is a match from heaven. So after we added in our wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, lastly we'll be incorporating all by adding in our very hot water. And for our very hot water, we need about 2/3 cup. Lest I forget, I forgot to talk about the powdered coffee, the coffee powder we added. For the coffee powder, we used about half teaspoon. Yeah, because we want to really get that coffee taste in this particular cake, so we used about half teaspoon. So back to the video. At the end of the day, we're going to sieve out all this whole batter. Get yourself a pan. You can use a 6-inch pan for this. I actually use a 7-inch pan for mine, but you could use 6 or 7-inch pan. Then you bake in 180 degree or 370 Fahrenheit. You want to ensure at this moment you're already preheating your oven, because you don't want your cake to be sitting out there without getting into the oven at the right time. And at the same time, your oven should be in the right temperature. So we're going to bake this for about 20 to 25 minutes, and this is what we have. See how chocolatey this cake is looking. It's actually given. But we're not just stopping here today. Now we're doing something extra. Yes, remember I said today we're talking about nutty chocolate cake. This cake is something that is a game changer. You can make this for your friends, for a sit out, and if you're really into the business of baking, you can also incorporate this into some of your cake slices and all. So we're working with chocolate cake, so definitely we will need our chocolate. So you just want to ensure you melt your chocolate in your microwave or anything. Just ensure you have a melted chocolate, and over the cake we'll be pouring in this chocolate. Yes, how else do you want me to explain that this cake is heaven? Because imagine just how you'll be eating into this yummy cake. This yum, like when I say yum, I mean yum. Like the chocolate cake on its own is given. Now we're topping it with some melted chocolate. Yeah, that's why I said today's own recipe is not the regular. It's something that would really make your taste bud excited. Yeah, so over the cake you just want to add in some chocolate and smoothen that out a bit. Then you can go in with any nut of your choice. You could use almond, you could use walnuts, you could use cashew nuts, you could use peanuts, you could use anything currently now on this cake. You can also add in chocolate chips. So anything you want to use now, you're free to use it. Anything relating to nuts, you could use it. So I'll be using some peanuts. I'll be using some cookies and cream. Sorry, not cookies and cream. I'll be using some cookies, Oreo cookies. I'll be using some white chocolate, and that's the three things I actually combine. But if you love almonds, you could also crush some almond and add it on it. If you have hazelnuts, you could use hazelnuts. If you have one what's it called, cashew nuts, you could use cashew nuts. You could also use peanuts. So you just ensure you incorporate those yummy nuts into on top of it, and you're good to go. Yes, you're good to go. At this point, I mixed my peanuts with a little bit of what's it called, melted chocolate, and I just added it on top of it. Yeah, you can see how yummy it's looking already, but we are not stopping here because we're still going to add in our Oreo cookie and our white chocolate toppings on it. And I still added some more melted chocolate because I want this cake to be super yummy. Yes, I want when I'm eating it, I'm biting into all the goodness, all the nuts, all the chocolate, everything. I want to bite into it. So I also proceeded, and I already said that you could crush anything. That at this moment you're free to do anything you like. I added more peanuts on top of it, and at this point I'll be adding I crushed my white chocolate toppings also on it. I'll be adding my cookies and cream, and please ensure my hands were actually properly washed. Yes, because I know someone might be like, oh, why are you using your hands? They were actually washed. So I just crushed that, and that's it. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, like our video, comment, share. You can share with your friends, your family, or that person you want to see make something like this. And if you're giving this recipe a try, I would love you to comment below, and I also love you to tell me how it tasted like. For real, even if you don't want to try any recipe at all, please ensure you try this recipe. Yes, because this recipe is a banger. This recipe is everything. It is actually heaven. If you're a chocolate lover, you're a nut lover, you should give this a try. And thanks for watching. Yeah, this is me giving my a try, and I could not just stop at one bite. I ate more than one. Yes, it was crunchy, it was moist, it was not too sweet. At the same time, it was yummy. It was giving everything, the coffee, everything, the cake. It was really nice. So if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.